What's up YouTube, it's Neo-Spacian Migz here, and today I'll bring you a competitive Mimighoul deck profile. I took this to locals and I got second place, which was great. Again, if you like my content, please comment, like, and subscribe. Let's get right into the monsters. We play double Mimighoul Master. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects while your opponent controls any face down monsters, or you control a Mimighoul monster other than itself. You can only use each of the following effects of Mimighoul Master once per turn. If this card is no more special summon, you can add one Mimighoul monster from your deck to your hand except Mimighoul Master. During your opponent's main phase quick effect, you can change one face down monster on the field to a face up attack or defense position. So this is what triggers, your Mimighouls on your opponent's turn when they don't want to flip them. I only play 2 because I feel like 3 is not necessary right now, especially there's only, 3 main deck Mimighoul monsters. So it's not worth it to play 3. You could honestly get away with 1 if you really wanted to, but I like to play 2 just to have a backup plan. Then we play triple Mimighoul Dragon. Flip. If this is the main phase, apply the following effects in sequence. Destroy all face-up monsters you control except Mimighoul monsters, then give control of this card to your opponent. During your main phase, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field in face down defense position. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one Mimighoul spell or trap from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Mimighoul Dragon once per turn. So this is probably the most important Mimighoul monster because it gets you access to the field spell and the trap card. So it's very important to summon it as well. And just the flip destruction effect to clear your opponent's board is amazing. So that's why we play 3. And all Mimighoul monsters have the effect. Well, all Mimighoul flip monsters have the effect to summon themselves face down on your opponent's field. Then we play triple Mimighoul Archfiend. Flip. If this is the main phase, apply these effects in sequence. Your opponent draws 1 card. Then send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. Then give control of this card to your opponent. So it gives you a +1 and your opponent -1, which is pretty decent. And then its effect is, if this card is normal and special summon, you can target 1 face down monster on the field, flip it to face up attack or defense position. So this is another important card besides Mimighoul Master that we force our opponents to flip the face down monsters that they don't want to, especially to trigger Mimighoul Dragon. Then I play 1 Mimighoul Cerberus. Flip. If it is the main phase, apply this effect in sequence. Banish the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck, then special summon one of your banished monsters to your opponent's field in defense position, then give control of this card to your opponent. And again, it special summon itself from the hand. Then, if you control, while you control this card, your opponent cannot target face-up spells you control with card effects. So the protection is nice, but right now, I was playing 2, but I cut 1 out for another hand trap. And again, I think right now this is the weakest of the Mimighouls, because I know it banishes 3 and you get a monster, but other than that, it doesn't really do anything besides protecting your field spell, and of course you play 3. So right now, as of right now, this is the weakest Mimighoul in my personal opinion, but again, player preference. Then I play triple Kashtira Unicorn. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use each effect of Kashtira Unicorn once per turn. During your main phase, you can add 1 Kashtira spell from your deck to your hand. When this card declares an attack, or if your opponent activates a monster effect except during damage step, you can look at your opponent's deck. And if you do, banish 1 monster from your face down. So this is really good in this deck because Mimighouls is more of a control deck. Not only does this give you resources to make link plays, but it also takes resources away from your opponent, especially the extra deck. So if your opponent is playing Fiendsmiths, you can banish the Sequencer and then they can't really fuse. Or the Requiem, because that starts off all of their plays. But I think the Sequencer is a little more important just because it's the one that fuses. And then again, for the Yubel, you can just banish the Yubel fusion from their extra deck as well. For the hand traps, we played triple Dimension Shifter. It's just so good. It doesn't really hurt us that much, but it hurts a lot of other decks so much more. We play triple Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. It's Ash Blossom. Then we play double Nibiru, the Primal Being. Yes, I main deck Nibiru because going second really hurts us. And if you play, if your locals is full of combo decks like Snake Eyes and Yubel, which my locals is, this is just good, just having it in your main deck. I used it against a Snake Eyes player, which is amazing. Unfortunately, I still lost, but just having Nibiru in hand to just clear your opponent's board is just amazing. Then 2 Ghost Mourner Moonlit Chill to round off the hand traps. I played this over Draw and Effect Bailer because we main Shifter, and Shifter conflicts with both of those cards. and everybody special summons, so this is always live and you can use it on your turn as well. Now let's get on to the spells. For the spells, we play triple Mimighoul Dungeon, the most important card in the deck. Mimighoul monsters you control that were not normal or special summoned this turn gain attack equal to their original defense. Any player who controls a face down monster cannot normal summon monsters nor declare an attack with monsters that were special summoned this turn. During your main phase, you can add one Mimighoul monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You can only use each effect of Mimighoul Dungeon once per turn. So that's why we want to get our monsters on our opponent's field face down and to stay face down so they cannot normal summon and they cannot special summon. They cannot attack with special summon monsters. Unfortunately, you know, if you control a face down monster too, it also restricts you, but that's never going to happen because you can always just flip it with Mimighoul Master. But yeah, this is the most important card in the deck. It's a pseudo floodgate as a field spell form. It's crazy. But yeah, you have to play through. Then I play double Mimighoul Maker. Reveal 2 flip monsters with different names from your deck. Your opponent randomly picks one for you to special summon to their field in face down defense position, and you add the other to your hand. Then you can special summon one Mimighoul monster from your hand. That does a lot for a little. If your opponent special summons a monster except during the damage step, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one face down monster your opponent controls, change it to face up attack or defense position. So again, another way to force your opponent to flip Mimighoul Dragon so we can blow up their field. I only play 2 because again, there's a limited amount of Mimighoul monsters in the deck and you just search so much that you kind of run out eventually. So that's why I only play 2. When we get more support, I think this definitely will go to 3 just to see it. And the special summoning is amazing because if you already have Mimighoul Dragon in your hand, you activate this and you choose Cerberus and Archfiend, then you can special summon Dragon for the free search for the field spell. Then you can normal summon it and then search another Archfiend to flip the other Mimighoul that you set, which is, you know, which is a nice little combo. And then I play triple Pot of Prosperity. You know, we need to see the field spell at all times and the trap card as well. Double triple Tactics Talent again. One hand trap hurts this deck a lot, so, you know, we need to draw as much as we can. Also, taking your opponent's monster is great. One Terraforming, again, we need the field spell. And one Kashtira Birth for the Kashtira Unicorn target. And again, it's just, you know, link fodder as well. Now let's move on to the traps. Here we go, we play triple Mimighoul Room. Special summon one Mimighoul monster from your hand or deck to your field or in face down defense position to your opponent's field. Then you can change one face up monster on the field to face down defense position. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target any number of Mimighoul cards you control, return them to the hand. You can only use one Mimighoul effect per turn and only once that turn. So this is very important because if you go first and you have this card and the field spell, you can activate this on your opponent's turn and set the monster. And because that monster was special summoned face down this turn, they cannot flip it face up. That's just summoning mechanics. So they are locked into not normal summoning and not attacking with special summoning monsters for the turn. And you want to give them Mimighoul Dragon because if you have Mimighoul Master on the field, if they special summon and stuff, you can just, before they end their turn, you can flip it, or just in case you wait for the next turn and get Mimighoul Archfiend and flip it on your turn because it's just great. And then Mimighoul Room is great for dodging things like Cosmic Cyclone or when they want to get rid of your field spell. So always remember that you have it in the graveyard because there was like twice where I forgot it was in my graveyard and I could have saved my Mimighoul Master and Dungeon, but you know, it happens during the game, you forget and all that stuff. But just always remember Mimighoul Room is active after you activate it to save your monsters and most importantly your field spell. Then I can play There Can Only Be One. This just shuts down a lot of decks. All the Mimighouls are different types: Beast, Zombie, Dragon, and Fiend. So I'm sure we're going to get more types as well. Then one Silhouette Trick. I do play the Silhouette Rabbit in the extra deck. So this is the target. I did not have the Azurn trap card, the other trap card, but I did pick it up. So this card is actually not bad because it negates 2 face-up cards. I thought it was monsters, but it just negates 2 face-up cards because if you activate it when you have the rabbit and the hat trick, it counts itself as an illusion. So you can negate 2 face-up cards. But the other one, it's like a Solemn Judgment on legs or Solemn Warning on legs. So it's player preference. I like this, but again, this doesn't activate right away. you have to wait for it to summon as a monster, then activate. So it might be a little slow for some people, but again, I'm probably going to swap this for the other trap card. Then triple imperm, because it's triple imperm. Now let's move on to the extra deck. Here we are with the extra deck for the Link 1. All the Mimighoul flip monsters are level 1, so Relinquished Anima is just, you know, really good, and it helps you go into Dark. The Dark Charmer. For the Link 2s, we play IP Masquerena, Silu Hat Rabbit, and the Dark Charmer. IP Masquerena we play because, you know, for on your opponent's turn, we can make Nightmare Griffon, which we play, or Nightmare Unicorn just to interrupt our opponent. Silu Hat Rabbit we play for the trap card, and again, when you activate the trap card, it can pop a spell or trap, and the Dark Charmer just because, you know, there's a lot of darks running around, so we play that as well. Then the last Link 2 is Nightmare Phoenix. Is just so good right now just to get rid of problematic spells and traps. For the Link 3s, I play one Topologic Trisbania and one Nightmare Unicorn. Unicorn is just utility. Trisbania is to... I actually resolved it against a Labyrinth player, which was nice. So you make it, and then you special summon your Mimighoul to the arrow it points to, and then it triggers, so then it banishes everything, which is crazy. But again, you don't have to play this. I don't have access to SP Little Knight, so you could probably substitute this out for SP Little Knight, which is the better card. But I think it's great utility, and people don't expect it. For the Link 4s, I play one Appaloosa, one Nightmare Griffon, and one Axis Code Talker. Again, with the with the IP Masquerena play, you make it on your opponent's. You can make it on your turn. You summon it in the extra monster zone. Then you just activate one of your Mimighouls in hand and summon it here. So then your opponent either is forced to flip it, or you can summon it with Mimighoul room as well, and they cannot flip it. So anything your opponent summons or special summons can activate its effects, which is amazing. And then also, it lets you recycle the Mimighoul trap as well. Mimighoul room. Appaloosa, it's just Appaloosa, and Axis Code Talker is Mimighouls have a hard time pushing for game, so this allows us to push for game. Then one Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. This is just a good card. Link away one of your opponent's prompted monsters as well. For the XZs, we play one Lyrilusk Assembled Nightingale and one Lyrilusk Ensemble Robin. Nightingale is just to get access to Divine Arsenal, AA Zeus, and Ensemble Robin is just kind of utility to bounce back your opponents. But I'm thinking of maybe exchanging this for a Downer Magician just so I have an extra material for Divine Arsenal Zeus, because, you know, I never really went into this. This just helps clear boards as well. Then Divine Arsenal Zeus and Superstar Lair Typhon Sky Crisis just again, you know, helps you clear the boards because Mimighouls have a really hard time you know, breaking or just ending games. So this helps us right here. Now let's move on to the side deck. Here we are with the side deck. I play one Raigeki for going second. Raigeki is just, you know, just really good right now. Nobody sees it coming. So then we play double Lightning Storm and one Harpies Feather Duster. Just again to clear boards. Going second, you want to clear everything and then set up your traps, you know, your Mimighoul room and things like that. Then I play double Dark Ruler no more, just to shut out our opponent completely, and then, you know, we can set up our monsters. Now for the traps, I play Triple Chain Disappearance. This card is criminally underrated. It works really well against Yubel and Snake Eyes. You target the Snake Eye Ash or the Spirit of Yubel, and they have to banish it. When a monster with 1,000 attack or less is summoned, banish that monster with 1,000 attack or less. Then your opponent banishes all cards with the same name as the cards from their hand or deck. So literally just, you can't use them. Just the only thing to be careful is you need to use this when they normal summon Ash, Snake Eye Ash, before they have the field spell, because if they have the field spell, the Snake Eye Ash gets an attack boost and it is no longer under 1,000. So, you know, that's why I play 3 to see it going first. And then also for the Yubel matchup, before they have the Unchained Soul in their hand, that's a quick effect to pop and summon. You know, they can dodge it still, but if they don't dodge it, then that just shuts down their entire deck. So I think it's worth looking at this card and even playing it. Then Triple Dimensional Barrier just, you know, shuts down any fusion centric or synchrocentric decks. Then Evenly Matched. Again, we play as many board breakers as we can because we're going first deck, so we need to just clear our opponent's board and then we set up shop. But yeah, let's get into some combos. All right, here we are. Let's draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's actually really good. So first of all, you want to activate your Mimighoul Archfiend to summon it to your opponent's side of the field. Just so you turn off any imperms or any, you know, things like that. Then you go ahead and special summon Unicorn. You go Unicorn effect. You search the birth. Then you go ahead and normal summon Mimighoul Master. Mimighoul Master effect. You search Mimighoul Dragon. Then you go and activate Mimighoul Maker. Then you choose Cerberus and Archfiend. Then let's pick one at random. This one. We gave them Mimighoul Cerberus, so we put it under here, and we add the Archfiend. Then we can special summon Mimighoul Dragon. Mimighoul Dragon's effect activates. We search Mimighoul Dungeon. Then we activate the dungeon. Then we can go off activate effect and search a Mimighoul if you wanted to, just to deck things. So we'll search another Mimighoul Master just to have it follow up next turn. Then we can go ahead and link to summon the Silhouette Rabbit. Silhouette Rabbit effect. You set the Silhouette Trick. Then you go Kashtira Birth. You activate Kashtira Birth to special summon Kashtira Unicorn. Then you can link to. Then you special summon IP Masquerena here. Then you set the dungeon and you pass. Now on your opponent's turn, they cannot special summon, correct? So they have to flip these two, one of these two, in order to normal summon. So say they activate, say you're playing your Bell, they activate the spell card, they search, and they special summon your Bell, and they activate Nightmare Pain. You can go Silhouette Trick, then it's summoned, then you go effect, you negate the field spell, and then you Bell, and then you pop the Nightmare Pain because of Silhouette Rabbit. Then you can chain IP Masquerena to link 4 to summon Nightmare Griffin right there. So now they are forced to flip that if they want. So they flip it. They go Archfiend. I draw 1. You drew the imprint. They discard 1, and it goes back to me. Then on resolution, you activate Mimighoul Room, and you set the Mimighoul Dragon right there. And now they're basically locked out. They are basically locked out of doing anything, and then all of their monster effects are shut off. They can't, you know, they can't normal summon. So, you know, there's no point in flipping this if they really wanted to. So they can just set and pass. Then I draw 1. You draw the Moonlit Chill. Then here you can just normal the Archfiend. You flip this, and then you pop everything on their side of the field that's face up. You get this back, and then you can just go into your link place. If they have a spell, you link these two to go Nightmare Phoenix. Then you go Phoenix effect. You can discard the Master because you can always get it back. You pop the field spell, then you draw 1 card, and then you can just keep link climbing from there to make the board that will, you know, get rid of everything. So that's a little mini combo for Mimighouls. Nightmare Griffon really helps us lock our opponents out as well. And just the main important one to remember is the Mimighoul Room. But again, if you like my content, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. It's Neo-Spacian Migz signing off. Thanks again.